Good evening, friends. Steve here with New London News and Events with a report from this evening's Village Council meeting. First up, the Administrator's Report, a report from Police Chief Hicks, and a report from Parks Director Joe Thomas. In the Administrator's Report, Sean reported to Council that the crews at the water treatment plant will be replacing the granular activated carbon vessels later this month or early October. They also continue installing the new cellular water meters and performing the EPA-mandated backflow prevention test throughout the township. On the wastewater front, the New London Avenue project, after a lot of discussion between the engineers, contractors, and the village, they have come up with a plan to address the sewer laterals on the west end of the project. It will require placement of an additional structure. That structure has been ordered, and he's hoping to see progress back underway later this week. They have cleaned up most of the damage from the storm. There are still a few trees in the cemetery that need to be cleaned up. On the Downtown Improvement Project, a quarterly meeting is scheduled for Thursday, September 11th. That meeting will go over design milestones and as well as discussing future targets to be met during that project. On Friday, August 29th, Sean met with representatives from several agencies and the property owner about submitting for grant funding to clean up and demo a property on South Railroad Street. He said it was a very productive meeting, and he's hoping that we can get this done for the village and the property owner. He also told Council that due to all the storm damage, they needed some additional help at the cemetery and asked Council to approve hiring of Evan Stroka starting August 27th at a rate of $12 an hour to help out with cleaning up the cemetery. On the zoning front, Sean met with Mike Gerlach, the new zoning inspector. They visited a property at 52 North Maple Street for a zoning permit review. Also met with a resident on North Main in response to a zoning complaint. The resident is in the process of remodeling the house and was encouraged to keep things cleaned up as they go. Police Chief Joe Hicks reported to Council that the annual Firelands Labor Day Festival was a huge success from the police department's point of view. It appeared to be one of the largest attended in recent memory, and he thinks that could be attributed to the return of the horse shows at the horse arena and the absolutely perfect weather throughout the weekend. He noted that even with the large crowds, things were still relatively quiet from the police department's point of view. Some numbers from the holiday weekend are as follows. They had 40 calls in total, 7 traffic stops, 3 crashes, 2 disturbances, and 2 assaults. These calls resulted in 1 traffic citation being issued along with 2 criminal summons. Of the 3 crashes, 1 was a serious injury crash. That crash remains under investigation with alcohol believed to be a factor. Joe wanted to send along his thanks to all the department members for their dedication to the community and their tireless efforts throughout the long weekend. Also wanted to wish Officer Emily Sarovac well as she leaves for Navy boot camp tomorrow. And finally, Joe asked Council's permission and approval to hire new school resource officer Calvin Cross. He'll be the new school resource officer at a rate of $22.50 per hour. Parks Director Joe Thomas reported that the Labor Day Festival was a success and thanked the volunteers, village employees, police department, fire department, Firelands Ambulance Service for their support, as well as everyone who attended the festival. The demo derby had 103 cars and 38 power wheels. 48 tractors entered the farm tractor poll, and there were 4 classes in the OSTPA poll. 8 teams participated in the co-ed softball tournament and 13 teams in the men's tournament, while 14 teams participated in the volleyball tournament. The fireworks display was amazing as always. Upcoming, the park's big fundraiser, the annual gun raffle, is coming up on November 8th. Recreation Committee members have tickets, and tickets can also be purchased at Gilbert Hardware and the Amico station. I'll go over this evening's legislative action right after this from Firelands Ambulance. Hey folks, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Firelands EMS is once again making their newly designed cancer awareness shirts available to support cancer patients and their families. Shirts are just $30 for any size and can be shipped anywhere in the U.S. for $10. The association is also accepting donations that will be combined with the shirt proceeds to help support the effort. All proceeds will go to local cancer associations. Orders are due by September 28th, so don't delay. Get your order submitted. In legislative action this evening, Council approved the second reading of the resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor. Council also passed a resolution as an emergency. This resolution approved a then and now certificate for purchases including fire engine repair, equipment, engineering services, and storm cleanup totaling $51,479. Well, that is your report from this evening's Village Council meeting. I'm Steve for New London News and Events. Have a good night.